Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing fine. I'm Greg with Canadian English Language Services. Nice to be with you tonight. Giuseppe helped me to get online with you, but I hope this is working fine. I hope it's working well. I hope you can hear me clearly. I have sent something to Giuseppe you can download later. Okay, let's get started. Today, we'll talk about a few things. I have a few topics. One of them, topic A, is an idiom. Topic B is about parts of speech. We've talked about parts of speech before. Topic C is a little bit about CELPIP and IELTS. And topic D is about our brain and how we learn language, the mental lexicon. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody's here today. I hope a few more people join us, and welcome. Welcome to Learning English with Canadian English Language Services. As you know, my name is Greg. If you're new, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Greg, and I'm a friend of Giuseppe's. And thank you to Giuseppe Marconi and Viva YEG Latino for hosting me, for providing this chance, for giving this chance for you and me to meet. All right, let's get started. First of all, we'll talk about an idiom. The idiom is called walk the walk. No, the idiom is called walk the talk. Everybody knows what it means to walk. Do you walk to work? Do you walk to school? Do you go for a walk on your lunch break? It's good to listen to podcasts while you walk. Walking is great exercise. What about talking? We all talk a lot, and you should talk a lot in English to practice your English. I hear somebody said, nice. I'm glad you can hear me. So this idiom is called walk the talk. Walk the talk. That means do what you say you're going to do. The idiom, you can also say, don't just talk the talk, walk the talk. That means don't just talk about doing things, actually do those things. Here is an example for you. The example I gave you is about two guys talking. One guy says to his friend, I'm going to start running and I'm going to get in shape and I'm going to exercise and I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to run. I'm going to go for runs every day. And his friend says, oh, sure. Oh, you're never going to do it. I don't believe you. And the other guy says, oh, I will. You'll see. And his friend says, you have to walk the talk. Don't just talk the talk. That means you shouldn't just talk big. You have to actually do it. Don't just talk about exercising and losing weight. Actually exercise and you will lose weight. So the idiom is don't just talk the talk. Okay? Quite often I say, hey, you have to walk the talk. That means you must do what you say you're going to do. Here's another example. Imagine that you need to take the CELPIP test and you have a goal. You say to your friends, my goal is to get sixes in everything. I want to get sixes in speaking and listening and reading and writing, at least sixes. I'm going to study every day. Then your friend might say to you, well, you have to actually walk the talk. That means you have to actually study. You can download this later on. I made a sheet for you, and maybe Giuseppe can provide that. You can download it from Giuseppe later. Okay, so make sure that you walk the talk. Don't just talk big. Don't just talk about doing something. Actually do it. Don't just say, I'm going to lose weight. Actually go and exercise. Don't just talk big. Don't just talk and say, I'm going to get sevens on the self-pip test. Actually study. Walk the talk. Actually do what you say you are going to do. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, you can read it in topic A, what I've given you for topic A. There's the example there. Okay, topic B, the second topic. We're going to talk about parts of speech. Parts of speech. POS, parts of speech. Another way to say it is types of words. How many types of words are there? How many kinds of words are there? Well, there are many kinds of words. There are many parts of speech. We talked a lot about nouns. Today, we're going to talk about another part of speech. We're going to talk about adjectives. Okay, so today, excuse me, I need a sip of my tea. Today, we're going to talk about adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are a modifying word. Adjectives modify nouns. I have a hand. Some people will say, it's a big hand. I have a head. People say, I have a bald head. People say, I have a nose. People say, I have a big nose, a bumpy nose. Okay, people, we can say, I have a nice office. I have an office. It's a nice office, comfortable office, warm office, cozy office. Many kinds of words to modify the word office. So we want to use lots of adjectives. If we use lots of adjectives, it makes our speech or our writing interesting. Adjectives make language more interesting. Okay? So the main parts of speech are nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. There are 4 main parts of speech. There are also many other parts of speech, but the main ones are nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. And adjectives modify nouns. Okay, you could say, I have a cell phone case for my cell phone. You could say it's green. So colors are adjectives. A green cell phone case, a green pen. Well, those are very basic, but it's better than just saying pen. What kind of pen? A green pen. What kind of pen? A felt pen, a highlighter pen. Okay, many adjectives. Use lots of adjectives. What time is it? Let me see the time. I can't see it. I don't want to run out of time. Okay, let's talk more about adjectives in a minute. Again, you can see I put it in the notes. Parts of speech today was adjectives. Adjectives modify nouns. Okay, the next topic is the CELPIP and the IELTS, 2 main tests. People used to take the TOEFL, and there are other tests, But the main tests people take are the IELTS test and the CELPIP test. What is the difference? There's one big difference. The big difference is in the speaking task. In the speaking task, when you do the IELTS test, you speak to another person, face to face with another person. When you take the CELPIP task, you don't talk to a person, you talk to a machine. You talk to a computer. The IELTS is face to face with a listener, with a test, with the judge, face to face with a person. But with the CELPIP test, you speak to the computer. What's better? What do you like better? You have to think about yourself. Do you feel comfortable to talk with somebody? Do you like talking with people? Are you a people person? Are you somebody that likes to talk to people? Then IELTS might be better. If you are shy, maybe the CELPIP is better. If you're shy, you can talk to the computer. Nobody listens to you. The computer does. But who listens to you? Three people. Three people listen to your speech. The computer records it, and three people listen to it. So what's better? One person listening to you or three people? I don't know. I don't know what's better. You have to think for yourself, which is best for you. Three people listening to your speech might be better because three people might analyze better. But how do you do well on these speaking tests? How can you do well on the speaking test? On the IELTS or the CELPIP, how can you do well when you're speaking? I'll tell you, the best way, use lots of adjectives. Use many adjectives. I think that adjectives make your language very rich, very interesting. So use lots of adjectives. When you take the CELPIP test or the IELTS test, they will ask you about people and they will ask you about events, situations. So you can prepare by learning adjectives for people, adjectives for situations. Maybe the situation is grocery shopping. Maybe the situation is a sports event. Maybe the situation is at work. Maybe the situation is talking to your boss. Maybe it's riding the bus. So what kind of adjectives can you use? Well, you can always say exciting situation, stressful situation. You could say it's frightening, relaxing. Think about what words you like and use those words. You can prepare for your test by studying lots of adjectives. What about people? Happy people, good-looking people, funny-looking people. You could say that guy is bald, that guy's hairy, that guy's fat, that guy's slim. That boy is clever, that boy is smart, that girl is smart, that girl is bright. You can use all kinds of adjectives for people. So when you take the IELTS test or the CELPIP test, you will talk about people and situations. So describe those with lots of adjectives. Well, I see some comments here. Oh, and somebody said good information. I hope so. I'm glad my voice is clear, and I'm trying to share lots of information, but we have just a short time. So I'm glad you can hear me, you can hear my voice clearly. I try to speak quickly for some people, and I try to speak slowly for others. But if you have questions about today, you can email to info, info, info at canadianenglish.com. Okay? You can send me a message to info at canadianenglish.com if you have a question about today. And the next topic is about our brain. About our brain. Everybody, everybody has a dictionary. Everybody has a dictionary, but what about your brain? Do you have a dictionary in your brain? Sort of, kind of. What about a thesaurus? Do you know what a thesaurus is? A thesaurus is for synonyms. Synonyms. And a thesaurus is another kind of book. We also have that in our brain. We have to have many kinds of words, parts of speech in our brain. We need to study and learn many kinds of words. So I encourage you to study and organize your brain and learn lots and feed your brain. Don't just feed your stomach, feed your brain with good information. So the best way to build up your mental lexicon is to study parts of speech, and also study about the way words are organized. We need to learn definitions, but we also need to study about other relationships between words. Everybody knows what opposite words are. They are called antonyms. Don't worry, I wrote them down here. I wrote the word, oh, I made a mistake. I made a spelling mistake here, but I can fix that. Antonyms. Antonyms are opposite, like fat, thin, bald, hairy, black, white, light, dark. Opposite words are antonyms. It's good to always think about antonyms. What's the opposite of relaxing? Stressful. Relaxing, stressful. Boring. What's the opposite of boring? What's the antonym of boring? Exciting. Exciting and boring are antonyms. Okay, so we have to think about opposites or antonyms. Another kind of relationship is synonyms. Those are words that have similar meaning. So if we say that man is very skinny, we could also say he is very slim or very thin. Skinny, slim, thin, or you could be nice and say fit, not fat, but fit. So these are synonyms with similar meaning. So we have to think about relationships of words, and that's what we need to fill our brain with. We need to build our mental lexicon. I'm going to look at the notes. Yes, I see Giuseppe might have written some words here. Good. Thank you, Giuseppe. So we need to develop our mental lexicon. Just like we should exercise to make our body strong, we should study to make our brain strong. We should eat good food to make our body healthy, and we should study lots of words to make our mind, our mental lexicon, very strong. All right, we're going to talk about some other words and relationships to the mental lexicon next time. But also, I want to let's have a quick review. Quick review is the idiom. Do you remember what the idiom is? The idiom we learned today in topic A was walk the talk. Don't just talk the talk, walk the talk. That means don't just talk about doing something, actually do it. Don't just talk about studying lots, actually study every day. Don't just talk about losing weight and getting stronger, getting in shape. Actually do the exercise and you will get fit. So don't just talk the talk, walk the talk. Great. So you can find this example and you can study that. I encourage you to study English idioms all the time. Look them up and try to learn more English idioms. You can find a few on my website. I'm going to put more. If you sign up on my website, then I will send you updates. Okay, the second topic today review was the parts of speech, adjectives. Adjectives modify nouns. All right, now we should use lots of adjectives to make our language interesting. Finally, we talked about the CELPIP and the IELTS and the differences. The main difference is who you're speaking to. In the IELTS, you're face-to-face with one person. With the CELPIP, you're talking to a machine. You're talking to a computer. Well, that's easy to practice because you can talk to your cell phone and record your voice. Remember, when you take the CELPIP test, 3 judges will listen to your speech and 3 people will evaluate, and then the score will be combined. So maybe that's better. Some people think, oh, it's not because 3 people, but sometimes it's better to have 3 people. And how do you make it well? How do you make your speech really good or your writing? By using lots of modifying words, lots of adjectives. Great. So again, I will encourage everybody to talk to Giuseppe, find that code. You can join and join my class. If you want to get some people together, I can work with a group of people. So you can send me a message at info@canadianenglish.com. I'll be happy to answer your question. If you want to get some people together, we can make a class. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Once again, thank you to Giuseppe. I appreciate Giuseppe. It's nice of him to give us this chance. I wish everybody good luck, study hard, learn lots, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Good night.